live. I'm Michaela. I'm a pro educator and content creator here at Lashify. Welcome in, everybody. It's almost Friday. We're almost to the end of the week. Super exciting. I'm here today to do a fun lash map with you. We're combining some C's, Stardust, and then two fluffy ombres, a couple of fluffy ombres on the end, just to give a nice little pop of color on the end. They all have a similar curl style to them, so I thought it'd be fun to combine these lashes together. I think that would be great. If you have any questions at all while I am applying the system or going through anything, make sure to ask down in the comments. We have Lashify Bev joining us as well. So if you have any questions at all, make sure to put your name and then what you need to ask in the comments, and then we'll go from there. Awesome. If you are on YouTube or Facebook, hello. I am on the website, so if you want to pop over to the website so I can see your questions, that'd be great, and welcome. We are Lashify, the at-home DIY lash extension system inventor. This is a patented system. It's absolutely incredible. I'm going to start by showing you the control kit because it's everything you need to get started. It is so meticulously thought out, and then from there we're going to apply a really cool lash map. So this is your control kit. It's the first place you need to get started. If you've never started with Lashify, you're going to start with the V1 control kit. That's most important because it is everything that you need for the system, and it really takes the guesswork out for you, and that way you can practice with the lashes, do anything you need to do, and then you can go on to fun, amazing lash maps from there as well. So I'm going to give this an open up. On top here you have a couple things. You have your wandums. These are silicone coverings that go over your fuse control wand. They look like this, and they slide right over your wand, so it gives a wider fuse and helps with excess stickiness. They're great. And then you get this little QR code. It comes on this little card here. When you scan this QR code, it takes you to our how-to page, and that's where you can learn a bunch of tips and tricks, really fun lash maps, anything that you can think of regarding education or application, so make sure to scan that. It also gives you a follow-along tutorial, so if you're first starting out with the system, it's a tutorial that you're going to do and follow along step by step on how to apply the system. It's pretty great. If I do say so myself, I might have made it with someone. It's a really great video though. We time everything out perfectly, so if you are not able to watch live, it's a great follow along. When you have your kit, you can sit down, you have some time. This is a welcome card from our founder and CEO. It's also great for fanning your face if you need to speed up drying time if you don't have a blow tool yet. And then you have your control kit. So we're gonna hang on to this for just a second. I'm gonna pull that out because I wanna show you the bottom of this box here. This has 12 cartridges of Gossamer storage here. So you don't wanna throw this out. So you can start taking your lashes and popping them right in here, which is great. So it keeps it in all nice, safe, clean, dry space. It's really nice. So don't throw out your box when you get it because it's got 12 cartridge Gossamer storage. Now I'm gonna close that for a second. This is your control kit. So it comes in black and it comes in white. You get to pick. I have the black control kit today. I have the white right here so you can see the difference between the two. Same thing, just different colors and different color wand inside. Inside the black control kit, you will get the fuse control wand that's bronze, and then you get a holographic wand. Oh, this is an Aura wand. Very close though. Shiny version of that inside your white control kit. My apologies. And then here you have your double-sided Whisper Light bond. That's the bond you're going to see me use through my lashes today. Specifically formulated with sensitive eyes in mind. There's no cyanoculates, no formaldehyde, no latex. It's pretty awesome. So even the most sensitive eyes can wear it. I wear contacts, I have allergies, and I've never had an issue with the bond. It's great. And then you have your patented hand tool fuse control wand, which we talked about. You get to choose your curve. So if you have a larger eye or a rounder eye, for instance, you're going to want the classic curve. If you have a smaller eye, monolid eye, if your profile is a little bit shorter, what's really nice about that is we have another fuse control wand that is 10% less curved, so it accommodates your eye shapes better. So we've thought of everything. And then here you have your glass. This is your water resistant seal. So this will go over your lashes about like 20-30 minutes after initial application and fusing, and you're going to run it along the spines, and you can even run it through the lashes for a glossy sheen, and it gives a water resistant seal, which is amazing. So the water will bead off if you're sweating, showering, you name it. That's what your glass is for. It also helps with excess stickiness as well. So that's great. And then here you see 2 cartridges of Gossamers. We give you 3. So you get 12 and 14 here, and then we also give you 10. Those are our 3 most popular lengths. So we want to make sure that you have them to learn and play around with the system. So you'll get 10, 12, and 14 millimeter. You just need to choose the style. So we have a core collection, which is A, B, and C. So you will choose between A, B, and C. I wouldn't get too hung up on which one to choose because you're going to end up trying all the other lashes anyways. But A stands for amplify. It has the least amount of curl, thinnest fiber. B stands for bold. It's a little bit of a thicker fiber, more like 2 coats of mascara. And then C stands for curl, and that has the thin fiber just like the A, but far more of a curl to it, which is great. So yeah, that's the control kit right there for you guys. Pretty awesome. I started out with a B control kit. I love the B's, and then I really wore A's and C's. I wore, sorry, A's and C's for quite a bit of time. I loved doing A's first and then stacking C's, and then, you know, fluffies were my first volume love, and then the D's. I couldn't stop wearing D's. Like, you're always gonna want to try the next lash, which is really great because you can collect them, you can keep them safe, and then go for it. So the kit, the great thing about it is it's a one-time purchase of $125. You can shop it right here. The wand alone, I always say, this is a hand-tooled, patented fuse control wand. This wand alone is worth $65. So $125 for the wand, your bond, your sealer, 3 cartridges of Gossamer lashes, a mirror in the control kit, storage. You also get a sample of our melt away, which is our remover, and our pre-cleanse, which is our prep step. So you get a lot for $125. It's really, really great. So speaking of prep, I'm going to take my pre-cleanse and we're going to start prepping this eye for application. I'm going to stick no oil, residue, old bond, makeup, like see if I have my concealer on or like a lid primer and some powder. You don't want anything that's going to keep you from properly applying the system. So that's where something like pre-cleanse comes in. Pre-cleanse is also amazing because it's multi-purpose. So the beauty of pre-cleanse is that you can also clean your lash map with it daily. So I dip a cotton swab in here and I run it along my lash line, top and bottom, daily, just to make sure there's no buildup, bacteria, that sort of thing. You can also use it to tone and cleanse your skin, which is amazing. So I put that on our Black Magic Cleansing Puff and I cleanse and get my skin all fresh, and it's amazing. It's a really great product. So it's multi-purpose, which is awesome. Ooh. And then I almost dropped it. And then if I have makeup on, I can dip another charcoal swab in the pre-cleanse and I can remove my makeup as well without it obstructing my bond. That's the great thing about the pre-cleanse. There's no oil in it to break up our bonds, so it's really great for multi-use and to keep your lashes and your eye clean. I'm going to take my blow tool and just give this a puff of air because I don't want to apply my bond to wet lashes. I think that's super important. Awesome. So the great thing about the blow tool is that it's another multi-purpose tool, but it's to speed up drying time. So you can use it when your lashes are wet from pre-cleanse. You can use it to speed up drying times with your bonds. You can use it when you get out of the shower or swimming to speed up drying time with the lashes because you don't want to touch your lashes when they're wet and you don't want to apply bond to a wet lash. So that's the great thing about the blow tool. You can use it after you apply. Sometimes it's nice just to give it a little bit of a puff of air to make sure everything's good to go. Excuse me, on the map as well. Best $7 ever. It really is. It's so awesome. So now that my lashes are cleaned, prepped, good to go, they're short and curly, always have been. We're going to go in and bond. We're going to do a bonding method with the dual-sided Whisper Light bond that was in the control kit. So all of this is from the control kit, which is really great. So we're going to take our bond. This side is the micro mascara one. It's the side here with the black text on it. And we're going to take this and just gently wiggle and brush up through the lash map. We're doing our official bonding method called the frosting method. And I just wanted to make sure that I take my bond all the way through my lashes with this first coat because you want every lash evenly and lightly coated. So I'm just going to go up through the lashes. Sometimes I take it vertically to make sure I get all those little hairs in between. Perfect. And once I get them all, it gets really tacky really quick. I'm going to close my bond and I'm going to take my blow tool. Let's give this a nice puff of air. You want every layer to get tacky. That is super important with our system. The bonds are meant to be layered, but each layer needs to get tacky first. So just give this a nice puff of air, making sure every layer gets tacky. Less expensive than a Starbucks, you know? You're right, Miss Bev. I didn't even think about that. Because I'm notorious for getting Starbucks, so you're right. Get the blow tool, just get it. You can always check if your bond is nice and tacky by taking your finger and tapping it onto the lash to see if it sticks to your lash. If it doesn't have much of a stick or a grip, and you'll feel it, you can always go back in with your blow tool for another few seconds just to make sure that it gets nice and tacky. Now for the second layer of the frosting method, we're going to go in with our side that has the white text. This is your clear because it goes on white but dries down to clear. So we're going to take the precision tip applicator. I'm going to go 1 to 2 millimeters from my waterline like so. Just making sure that I get white all the way across, 1 to 2 millimeters from the waterline. And then I'm going to take a flat-ended brush and we're going to brush upwards with the bond, frosting or coating the lashes in a nice even fine coat with the bristles, just to make sure that it goes onto every lash. It is going up the lash, which is really nice. You're not getting extra buildup from using the black Whisper Light, and that is what frosting is. So it just coats every lash, and it also speeds up drying time, which is really nice because we're moving and coating it up the lash. It's already gone from white to clear, which is pretty awesome. And look how tacky it is. Oh yeah. If you need to do it a second time, that's totally fine. You can always take your Whisper Light. I had a lot on there, sorry. And you can do a couple more dots if you need to. Right across. And then you can take your brush again and frost from there. I dropped my brush. And just give this a nice frost up the lash. It is tacky though, holy moly. Boom, good to go. So from here, we want to create our lash map. We are going to do Stardusts and Fluffies today. And we're going to do what's called, well, I was going to do brick stacking. Actually, now I don't need to. We're going to do a combination of 3 different lashes. So we have C curl here on the inner corner. And then we have 3 Stardust lashes. That's where the top point is the millimeter length of the lash. So it gives like a nice little burst, little wisp, little spike to it. And then we have 3 fluffy ombre on the end. These are our new lashes. If I turn to the side, you can see they have a really nice blue to them. But they start out with the black fiber on the bottom and then they go to blue. So it's just a little hint of blue on my outer corner there. Can you see that? It's super pretty. So we're going to get our fuse control wand, thumb in the back, middle, and point your finger in the front. So you're ready to pick up your Gossamer lash. I'm going to start with my second lash first. I always do this because I like to kind of map out where my lash is going to be and then work my way out, get my little guy on the inner corner. I'm going to start with a Stardust 14. Look how closely to the top of the lash I'm holding it, so that way the lash hits my eye first, and then the curl is facing me. I lost my train of thought. I'm going to look down into the mirror, and I'm going to start right here where my iris is. I think that's a really good place if you're looking straight forward to kind of map out where to start. I'm looking down into my mirror so I can see 1 to 2 millimeters from my waterline because I don't want anything on the skin. And I go in like so, and boom. And it just sticks really well. Just has a nice stick and grip. I'm gonna take my C10 now. I'm gonna go in quick. Some people prefer to go all the way inner to outer corner, outer to inner. Some people like to start in the center. If you're a beginner, I actually suggest starting in the center. So that way you can just work your way out and in, kind of practice lining them up next to each other. It just really helps with alignment, spine to spine, figuring out how to lay the lash down. It's great. So I'm gonna go in with my C10 on the inner corner here, overlapping ever so slightly. We have such less lash hairs on the inner corner that I always like to put a smaller core Gossamer or plus Gossamer lash on the inner corner. So then I'm going to give this a nice little spot fuse like so. Boom. And then you can always check too to see if they're even, like how much is coming out from, oh look, what's this? Coming out from my iris, just to make sure that's even. So now that we have that, I'm going to take another 14. Come here, little guy. And we're going to start working our way out now. I'm looking down again. I'm going to hold my Gossamer lash up towards the top. I'm looking to overlap just a little bit corner to corner. And boom. Now say I don't like that placement. Say I put it on and I'm like, I can do better, or I want it to move a little bit. I can go right underneath and gently take this off. Because we haven't fused down all the way yet, it's totally easy to go in and take that lash and just reassess or reapply wherever you need to. Boom. And then I'm going to go in with a 16 now. So now we're going up in length. Because the top point of a Stardust is the millimeter length, the 16s and the 14s, you can see here, they blend so well together. So I went up in millimeter length before I added the fluffies in on the end. So I'm going to take this Stardust 16 now, grab it towards the top, and we're going to look down again, go right in, slight overlap, and boom. Make it try like that. And you're just starting to build a lash map. You're just going inner outer corner, starting to build a lash map out. Now for the second half of my eye, we're going to do 2 fluffy ombre 14s and a 12. So it brings it up a little bit and then just tapers it off. So it kind of keeps a rounded look to my eye. So we're going to take our 14. And the cool thing about the fluffy ombres is that the blue just starts to gradually, I don't know how they did it. It's just so, well, I do, but you know, it just looks so fabulous. I just love it. So we're going to take our first fluffy ombre in 14. I'm going to look down, overlapping just a little. Because that extra, you know, that shorter point of the Stardust is coming out here, I kind of want to blend those together. So when I'm going in to apply, I'm just overlapping those a little bit, like so. Then it blends together like so. If I want to spot fuse, so I want to make sure nothing moves, I can go like this, and boom, and just do little pinches to make sure that nothing moves. Do I like it? Yes? Good. Okay, so let's do our next one. It's another 14. I'm gonna grab that from the top again. See, if I'm almost grabbing not close enough to the top. You don't want the wand to hit your eye first. You want to make sure that it's your fluffy. Boom. Oh yeah, look how cute. This is so cute. Okay, and then one more lash on the outer corner. We're going down, back down to Fluffy Ombre 12. So we're going back down. You can see that I have a little bit of rim left. I do leave 1 or 2 of my natural lash hairs out, but I definitely have a little more room. And what we're doing with this is it makes more of a rounded eye because my longer lengths are under the arch of the brow, and then it tapers off just a little bit. As opposed to a wing, I would just go with 1 more longer lash. So I'm going to take that. I want the spine of this Gossamer to be parallel to the ground. So I'm going to almost have it like this and apply it that way, so that way it gives more of a lift to the outer corner. Boom. Apply it like so. And good. I actually think I want to move one of these over just a little bit. This is the part where I over-assess and see if I want to move anything. I think I want to move that first Fluffy Ombre 14 over just a smidge. And that's totally fine. So I'll look down, move it over. There we go. Yep. Sometimes you just want to kind of look back. If you have a bigger mirror behind you, your smaller mirror. So you can see so much when you're up close with them and you're looking again. You're like, maybe I want to move that just a little bit. Okay, so let's talk about fusing. Fusing is when you take your natural lashes, the bond you've just applied to your lashes, and your new Gossamer lashes, and they all become one. It's super important to fuse down onto the spine. I'm going to take a little bit of glass and put it in between my fuse control wand to help with excess stickiness. It's a great use for glass. I'm going to go over all of my lashes and then get right down on the spine and then clamp close. It's a horizontal clamp force that puts a certain amount of pressure on the eye, so nothing's going to happen to your natural lashes. But you do want to make sure it closes all the way, and then I just, boom. Hi, Holly. How you doing? I am too. I'm obsessed with Lashify too. So that is a C10, 2 Stardust 14s, a Stardust 16, 2 Fluffy 14s, and a Fluffy 12. It's a lot of lashes. Disclaimer, I have a huge eye, so I naturally put, 6 or 7 on an eye. If you find that that's too many, that is totally okay. Do 1 or 2 less. Maybe like 114 less and 114 less. Just use it as a guide or a map, as we like to say, and then just modify from there for whatever you need. I'm going to show you guys a couple other angles here so you can see it from underneath, 1 to 2 millimeters from the waterline. You can see that blue poking out too. It's so pretty. Oh yeah. And look from the top here. No big heavy band, no strip lash band, but it looks like it's growing out from my natural lash. It's so awesome. Oh, hey now, look at that curl. It's pretty awesome. Awesome. So that is combining the Fluffy Ombre lash with another lash just to make a really fun, flirty, wispy look. Make sure you get your control kit. If you're new here, make sure you grab your control kit for $125. You get everything that I talked about in the beginning of the video. If you're just joining us, you get your wand, your bond, your sealer, 3 cartridges of Gossamer lashes, a mirror, everything to store it in, a sample of our pre-cleanse, a sample of our melt-away, wandums, which are silicone coverings that go over your wand. So this helps with excess stickiness, gives a wider fuse, helps with the precision if you're first starting out and you're a little nervous about it. All that great stuff. It's good stuff. And you get it all for $125. So go grab your control kit. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me. If you overlap, how do the ends stick? So a couple different things. When you fuse and you give it a really good fuse, the bond just kind of gives this really nice flow in between. You can also take Whisper Light Clear. A lot of our customers put it right on the spine, and you just let that get tacky, and then it's got something to anchor and adhere to that way as well. So yeah, try both, see what works for you when you overlap. But yeah, that's why fusing is so fundamental and so key, because it really just seals and puts everything together from what's on your natural lashes and your Gossamer lashes. Awesome. Come join us in the Lash by Life Facebook group too. So that is our community group. There's over 120,000 members now. That's where we connect and, you know, share all of our tips and tricks and fun lash maps. I get tongue-tied sometimes, but yeah. You can also add a dot on the corner. Yes, so say I had a Stardust and then I was ready to overlap my Fluffy next. I could dab it right here on my eye, and then when I go to add the Fluffy, it can go just like so. So yeah, awesome. Well, I hope everyone has an amazing weekend. I'll be back next week with some fun new lash maps. I appreciate you all. Thank you for joining. Thank you for moderating, Miss Bev, and have an amazing weekend. Bye.